Zed. No, that's a me. Bro, I told you had to turn on the camera.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to
Hi, me!
Wait, there we go.
Oh, there we go. What the is that? Bro, is that a fucking tactical vest?
Yeah. Okay,
Oh.
Listen.
I am gonna listen to him now because he's wearing a tactical vest. What is this, like tactical commando Zed? Wait, no. Hold up. Let me make sure these volumes are right. Okay, here we go. Here's a compressor limiter. Okay. Noise gate. We good now. We good. Oh no, the noise gate will cause issues with that. That's why I don't use it anymore. But okay. Now talk.
Can you hear me now?
Kinda. Why am I down there? Go up there.
Why can't you hear me?
Because the fucking Jabba.
Because of what?
All right, talk again.
I've never had a problem with this microphone before, so it has to be your side.
No, it is my side. I can hear you just fine. I'm fucking with you on that point. But I'm setting up the volume so they're kind of balanced. I mean, so that way when you talk and I talk, it's not like, hi, how are you? On your end.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There is so much chat going on, I can't catch up.
Okay, so I'll start out like this. Big Boy Rick, Linux Death, Coffee, Pterodactyl, Saint's Gesture, Gothic Lucinda. And Amanda, thank you guys so much for coming, and welcome to, I don't know what the hell, what show is this? Which one is it? This is,
show's over. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow.
Okay.
So we have normal Dr. Zed on the final hour today, okay? Normal Dr. Zed on the final hour. And you quit TikTok recently, but it looks like you have a tactical advantage now. Are you sure you still want to quit? Or are you going to tactfully or tactical? Or I have no clue, but English is not English and English is English, but no one really knows what English is because one word means like 5 words.
Okay, English, for one, is dumb, okay? And secondly... Secondly, yes, I did quit TikTok. TikTok was just TikTok. Get this, guys. Okay, so every time that I post a video now on TikTok, it literally goes through a 48-hour screening session through somebody at TikTok. I guess I triggered somebody, and now they're looking at every single one of my videos, and 80% of my videos gets banned before you guys ever see it. So what did I do? I said, nah, bye. Because I'm not going to continue making serious amounts of videos, and it just never gets out there. So it's about pointless playing around with TikTok anymore. So yeah, and when I said I quit, I actually did quit. Not like a lot of people that just hopes to get some feedback and then they come back and say, okay, I'm back. And I'm not one of those. I quit it for a reason. Oh,
I don't blame. So when we get on the TikTok subject, I totally don't blame him at all because like earlier, and Big Boy Rock #1, thank you for that follow. How you doing this evening? And please enjoy the show. But I was on TikTok for 10 minutes today. I heard there was like a shit show earlier, but someone literally put a video of this guy grabbing this other guy's crotch and rubbing it. I was like, yes. Yes, it got banned. It actually did get taken down.
No, where is that video?
Elu, what's up, Elu? Like, everyone's fucking in here. I was like, what? Mind blown, right? I was like, okay. I sent it to a few people, and then as soon as they looked at it, it was taken down. I'm like, okay, fine, cool. That did not need to be up. That was not appropriate for TikTok. Now this one took the cake. It was literally a female riding one of those suction cup things, faded in the background of like a video scene. Oh my. Yes, oh my is right, Elo. That fucking timing. That was perfect resubbing timing. Like, perfect. Thank you for that one. Thank you. That was just perfect. I got nothing on that one, but that was perfect. Thank you. And we're gonna clip that anyway. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Why? Why is TikTok allowing this? But I literally cannot say Frieza equals Hitler.
I don't believe you until you send it to me. I'm just saying.
Which? Let's see if I can find that. Hold on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Check TikTok. Check TikTok. I think I sent it to you. I think I actually sent it to you. Just turn the volume down. So, yeah, I think I sent it to you because I'm like, what the fuck is this fuckery? Fuck.
All right. There's better be some serious underboob in there. Okay.
No, it's all undercarriage being thrusted. Well, yes.
Did you send it to me on my phone or on TikTok?
TikTok. But anyway, chat. I promise I won't break any keyboards. I promise I won't. No, I'm gonna yell a lot. It's Dr. Zed. And how does my voice sound now? Because I actually have an EQ on it, and I'm kind of curious. I don't know. Did someone say buzz? Buzz. I don't even think I have any balls in here. I have dice. Dice.
You just sent me a bunch of banned videos. That's
it's banned?
Anyhow.
Okay. It's banned. Thank God. But yeah. Wait, shall we make him break a keyboard, Harps? Let's hop on Apex. No, that actually doesn't make me angry anymore unless I'm playing with Zed. But that will happen later. I hope, at least.
Nobody's breaking a keyboard today. At least I don't think so.
Okay. Since the last time we had you on the show, you were as Dr. Zed being a fucking douchebag, saying you were like gone and everything. And yeah, anyway, and you're gone from TikTok, you're gone from everything, and now you're real life Zed tactical advisor slash what the fuck is that word? You police the police now?
Second Amendment auditor.
There we go. Those are the words. So why are you going into this? Why is the point of this? Okay. What's the point? Now hurry. No one cares. Next subject.
What? No way. You don't get to pass on this one, buddy. You don't get to you know what? Hold up. There's something. Okay, hold up.
Are you going to show me your rifle?
I'm just saying. There's something about the Second Amendment that helps us all out, because the Second Amendment protects against anything from hurting any of our other amendments. We've been slowly getting it taken away, slowly but surely. But the one thing that I've had a major issue about is I can't carry my rifle, my Second Amendment, around in public because I'll get arrested. And I'll never get arrested for having a rifle. They'll get me with something else, such as standing on a sidewalk, or they'll get me for loitering or something like that, you know?
Yep.
And I'm not allowed to, and we all know that it's because I had a rifle. And I kind of want to put it in perspective, everybody seeing this as a norm. Carrying your rifle or carrying your sidearm with you wherever you go, we do have a right to defend ourselves, and we have the right to carry, well, I don't know, concealed carry, I don't know, whichever one they want to make it happen, but either way, we do have the right to bear arms, and it shall not be infringed. Well,
an ironic thing is about society in America now. And Odin, like this, made me laugh. Before I go back to work, I gotta know, why does Zed with the rifle look so natural?
Right? It is natural, and I'll protect you. It's okay. And,
with your rifle, the one with fun.
Here, if it makes you feel fun. Like.
Come on, this is my rifle. This is my gun. This one's for fun. This one's for.
Here, I'll have this one because I'm going to show you the difference. Having this rifle and carrying it around, you don't get pulled over that many times. Having the other one that I just had, you get pulled over consistently because they consider one of them an assault rifle. Well, for one, assault rifles are not illegal. There's no such thing as an assault rifle anyways. And anybody who says they know what an assault rifle is, let me show you.
Why?
This is not. I have to show this. This is not an assault rifle. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. Everybody says it's an AR-15. Well, that's not what assault rifle is. AR stands for Armalite rifle. It's a brand. And all this does is look cool. As a matter of fact, this is my weakest weapon. I really wouldn't use this as defense. This is for planking. This one, strongest weapon, not as scary looking. So what it is people are just so scared of certain looking defense weapons or rifles for hunting. They're scared of them because they look different, and that's one of the things that people are pushing for, and I don't quite understand that. This one by far is my strongest weapon. It's not as scary looking.
Why does Master Zed have guns? Because Master Zed is not Zed, Dr.Zed today. He is a different Zed today. He is the tactical. He's Tactical Z. There we go. I don't know. So okay. See, like, what's weird is how society has deemed guns and guns control as like an issue, but at the same point, it is in the Constitution, and the fucked up thing is, like, no, a lot of people don't understand that, like, you can do these things and it's not illegal. And the fact that, like, cops trying to push and people like to get you off property or trespass when you're legally not is against the law. You can sue them for it, but at the same point, why do you think society has gone away from understanding its own constitution that it has to know to graduate? Was it high school? Or was it grammar school?
Understanding the Constitution?
Yeah. That was just Congress or some shit, right? Like, you just need, yeah, there's... Can you still buy his merchandise? Yeah, people want to buy your merchandise. I think they want you to make a comeback.
You want me to make a comeback? I can't go back onto TikTok.
Check him on YouTube Shorts. I've been trying to get him on those at least.
Can we get a Zed of what are you saying, Odom?
Odin, which one?
Oh, okay. You just want pics of me. It's Mexi out of me.
I can hook you two up. I mean, he'll sell feet pic. He told me he sells them before.
Oh shit. But no, even our police departments, okay, you think about it, they have no idea what our rights are. If you ask any police officer, what is our First Amendment right? They might get it. After that, they're clueless, but yet they have to take an oath to the Constitution before they get anywhere in the police department. And they have no idea what they're taking an oath to. And it's driving me insane. They don't know what our Second Amendment rights are. As a matter of fact, a lot of them just assume that guns are illegal to openly carry. And it's stopping a lot of people. Let's say after they realize that, hey, yes, it's legal. Then they try to get you with something else because they got taught a lesson. So they have to... be all ego and then they'll get you for like sitting on a sidewalk or some shit like that.
Trespassing is the most common one, but then in the end, that's actually illegal. Like that. I don't know.
What is?
Somehow I crossed over in the whole police to police Second Amendment rights type audits. And I see a lot of cops just trying to trespass people off stuff or saying, "Oh, you can't open carry. You can't." Okay. Like what?
Okay, so here's the legalities of this. Okay, anything that you're doing, as long as it's a constitutionally protected activity, such as freedom of speech, freedom of religion, your right to bear arm, as long as you're just expressing your right and you are in a place that you're legally allowed to be, then you're allowed to be there. However, there's a difference between private entities and public entities.
Yes.
And public entities also delve in the realm of being on federal property. Now, federal property is publicly owned. However, there is a slight difference. Yes, you can go into publicly owned areas, but you can't cross that line. If there's a sign there that says this is a restricted area, you can't go there.
Yeah.
That is their restricted area. But let's say public lobbies, foyers, things like that. Let's say if I walk into a USPS, publicly owned areas. I can go into the lobby. I can go, as long as the public is allowed to be then you're allowed to be there using your rights as well. But and that's the thing. Now, however, a lot of states have laws against some of these, which are surprisingly against our Constitution. And most states now are starting to realize that, yes, you're allowed to video record in public. Yes, you're allowed. Now, granted, let's say if you go into a Walmart or something, Walmart can kick you out all day long.
Because that's a private entity.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So, okay, the difference with he's trying to explain is like private entity is basically if you're a business owner, you could tell whoever you want to get out because you own that business. Anything that is privately owned, they can tell you to get fuck off pretty much because it's theirs. While if it's public owned, so anything federal and government is public owned, means you can do that minus the restricted areas. Now, the question was saying, now that's an interesting question because when I even look at it, let's see if I get this right. Say you can open carry in an area that is allowed, they stop you and confirm you legally carry, non-felon. They shouldn't stop you anyway because, like, no matter what area you're in, you legally should be able to have open carry rights because of the second Constitution.
Problem here is they assume that you're guilty before being innocent. And what they should be doing is just assuming that you're innocent prior to being guilty.
Yeah.
And so when they stop you and search you for your papers like Nazi Germany,
never consent to search and seizure and always say like
that's our Fourth Amendment right.
Yes, a lot of people don't understand with cops. You can give everyone respect how you want to respect them, but if you don't want to talk to them, you legally don't have to talk to them. Cops don't understand that.
As long as it's a consensual conversation.
Exactly.
You can always ask, is this a consensual conversation or am I being detained? And this is assuming they didn't pull you over with lights. Always assume if they pulled you over with lights, it's a non-consensual stop.
Yeah.
It is. You're being detained. So at that point, there's different legalities that you have to go through. But if you're just doing what you're allowed to do, always ask them. Always ask them if this is a consensual conversation or is this are you detaining me? Because if this is consensual, you don't have to talk to them. You can just simply walk away if you want to. Yeah.
That's a lot of people don't understand that cops are just other human beings. And what if you don't want to talk to another human being? We technically pay for them. There are public servants. I mean, that kind of wording is kind of screwed up in today's society, but that is really what it is. So, like, if you go to a store and you want help from one of the store representatives, you say, excuse me, where is this item? Cops are the same level of that. But if they ask you for your name, you don't have to respond. They ask you for something else. You don't have to. The only time you legally have to is if you are being detained for a crime that you are suspected of committing.
Like if they can reasonably articulate a suspicion, then I mean, like
they can't.
If they say, yes, I suspect you of committing a blah blah crime of any kind, just stop and be assistive. Don't argue so much with it. You can use your Fifth Amendment right to shut the hell up. You are allowed to do that. However, there's a slight problem. I know we should be able to use our Fifth Amendment right to shut up anytime we want.
Mm-hmm.
But the courts have deemed it that now you don't get that right unless you say you are using that right,
Yeah.
which is stupid. So the
Now,
courts have deemed that you have to invoke your right to remain silent, which
yep.
is incredibly stupid.
But they did that on purpose for obvious reasons. But like what's saying right here, but what it is wrong that they want to make sure that you don't. Is it wrong they want to make sure that you don't have any warrants or aren't a felon that shouldn't have a firearm? Now,
no, that's not wrong at all.
No, but the thing is, like, it's the fact of if you choose not to give your information, they cannot legally take your information. And you have to say that when you get into a confrontation. Say you just don't want to deal with the cops today. You say, what was it? I do not consent to searches and seizures, and that's it. Like, and you invoke the fifth, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, and I do have to go back to that because that's a damn good question.
Yes.
Is it wrong that we want to make sure that you don't have warrants or you're not a felon or you shouldn't have a firearm? That you're right. We all want to know. But let me ask you something. If you were breaking the law and yesterday you personally, any of you, robbed a bank. Are you going to tell me that you robbed a bank? No. Felons will never say it. But we should also all be presumed innocent before being presumed guilty.
Yeah.
That's our problem. So we're hurting the people that are innocent just to get to the guilty. And that's a main issue that we have.
Yes, that really is. And I have to agree. It's like, it's one of those where you're confused. What are you confused about, Caddy? Maybe we could clear up that confusion because, like, the thing is, it's a lot of people think that cops have this like strong demeanor and like higher power over people, and they are above the law. When in all honesty, they're just normal people, and you should treat them with respect. But if I don't want to give you my information because I don't trust you, because I don't trust anyone nowadays with like people and what I've been through, some of you all know personally. It's like, why am I going to give a cop a random thing to be able to take my stuff or put something in my car just to get his quota? There's a lot.
Why is my name like cracked to them? I want to know. Like, they're like, well, we just want to know who we're talking with. It's my name is like cracked to them.
Mm-hmm. So like, we're talking like this and going on, we could talk about this for hours and hours. Yeah. And like, it's one of those where you could do as you want, but you still got to be careful because there's a lot of, as many bad people out there, there's as many bad cops, and there are as many good people out there, as many good cops. It's just depends on you, like, taking a risk. In my opinion, doing a search or seizure is like letting them do it. It's taking a risk. You don't know if they're going to plan something.
Exactly, and there's a lot of good cops out there, and I've met a lot of good cops. However, I have met quite a few cops that should not be anywhere in that side of the system. They should be in prison. A couple of them that beat the ever-living hell out of me. I was in West Virginia one time, and that cop, he took me off to the side of the church in an alley, and he stomped my face into the ground. Not quite a cop that we want as a cop. And there was no reason for him to do that. There's no legalities. He just did it because I was at his church, and it was wild. However, there's a lot of bad cops and a lot of good cops. We can't determine the same, but there's no reason to hate all cops because we got a few bad cops. There's no reason to hate all citizens because we got some criminals.
Exactly. Now, like, there was, with like all this talk, like, there's information out there to teach yourself, and each area and local law enforcement and county, you are supposed to do certain things, but in the end, just know your rights. As I got a good one for you guys. Now, I'm USPS. I work for the government as a mail carrier, right? So I was in close contact with someone who had COVID, I ended up taking 2 weeks off. I also have FMLA because I have migraines, so I take a lot of time off from work. One of my coworkers came up to me and said, hold on, what exactly did he say? He said, I don't know how you have a job. I looked at him, was going to say a whole shitload of things, but I went, I'm going to stay calm on this one because he's a firecracker. He's one that's trying to get into a fight. I said, I know my rights. And as a union person and even as a human being, knowing the rights and the law like goes a long way. I said, he's like, your rights? I went, yeah, my rights. I said, well, I
have those.
Yeah, I read a little bit. I understand what I can and can't do and what I have to do to be able to do what I have to do. So nothing happens to me and I still have my job. He went, oh, you're smart. Really? Like,
boy, he was way far off.
Fuck you. But in all honesty, like, there was another subject you really wanted to talk about, and what was that? What was that?
Okay, so my so, you know what? Before I get to my next subject, let me take this guy off.
So now you're turning to like half-ass Zed?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I'm gonna take this guy off. This was just for that talk.
So Tactical Z is going away. Tactical Z.
Boy, I'm glad that wasn't loaded. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, am I sloppy with firearms. Okay. My second subject was what did I type to you?
I don't fucking know. Let me load up my phone and see what the hell you texted me. Jesus. You texted me all this shit. And I was like, what the hell is this? Oh, I could actually zoom in on this now because the picture is still up on my phone when I sent it to you. So, yeah, I'm going to show you the fucking thing. Before I get distracted. I got distracted. I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Keep doing your thing. Before we get to the next subject, anyways, did anybody have any questions about first, second,
questions? Fourth Amendment rights? Hi.
Yeah, forgot about that part, huh? No. Like where we connect with the audience. Yeah.
There's an audience? Oh yeah, there is. Hi. Sorry, I love you guys. Zoom in on that picture I sent you.
Okay, let me see that.
You have to like kind of like filter through it with your eyes a little bit, then you'll understand. And you sent me physics linked to the Bible. So we're gonna get a little bit religious, but we're not going religious. We're just speaking facts and research that he has discussed. So no hate, no nothing. This is just things he's learned, he has researched and has come to conclude and put together. And it's no hate on anything. It's just his beliefs and what he thinks.
Oh, okay. Okay, and before we get to that, I'm gonna read a few of these. Are you still looking to leave the truck driving for something else? I am not. I'm gonna continue with that because honestly, I loved my weekend job where I just went out truck driving on the weekends. And right now, since nobody's coming to work, I have to take over for people that left to collect COVID money. So I kind of want that weekend job back, so I want to keep that for now.
So when will that be coming back? Because that would be nice having like a person I could play Apex with regularly. Yeah.
No, right? No kidding.
I know, right?
Did we freeze?
No, we're still good. Who said that? Gothic? Lucinda, okay. Just refresh the page.
Okay. Sange wants to know, how often do I use a dildo as a silencer, or just use a dildo in general at the end of the firearm? That all depends. If I'm wearing Depends that day.
I mean, if you gotta shit yourself, I mean, you are on a truck all days. There's a lot of truck drivers that actually do that.
Do I still play Minecraft? Intermittently, if I can. But I've been just working so long that I can't.
Oh no, he hates his job. It's great.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everybody hates their job. Anyhow,
I really don't.
okay,
I
so,
hate the people. I just hate the fact of how I have to be there.
right?
Yeah.
I agree. Like, can we just like remote control our way in? Like, it's got to get to that point eventually, I'm sure. Anyhow, physics in the Bible. That is another topic that I want to discuss.
Remote or control our way in? What?
What?
Yes. No, you said remote control our way in. Like, that's just so much yes right there. Like, holy shit. Okay. All right, we're changing shifts from Second Amendment rights and Tactical Z into I guess Dr. D.
Oh, what? Nah, it's not gonna be Dr. D. I'll give you the D later.
You wish.
Wink.
I know. After seeing that picture I sent you, it zoomed in, right? You didn't
Thank you, Gothic. And yes, I did zoom in on that picture. I saw what you were talking about now.
Yes. Not so much of a question. I just want to say again, we really miss you, Dr. Zed. Oh my God, I just had the worst ankle foot pain in the world. Oh, ouch.
I think at this point you just need to cut it off. Anyways, so the physics in the Bible. Okay, so I have a personal belief.
All right, everyone, go grab a cup of coffee. All right, this is gonna be long, drawn out. Okay, so wake up. All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm about to confuse everybody while you're gone. Hope you know that.
You all sending dick pics.
Okay, so physics in the Bible. This is another thing that I wanted to talk about because it's something that's been playing on my mind for a long time. I do a lot of research on the Bible. I mean, a daily research. However, I am not Christian. And I know there's going to be a lot of Christians in here, and they're going to listen to me and say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
That'll probably be the YouTube video.
Bible burns really well. Okay. Anyhow, that threw me off. No, I wanted to state that I am not a Christian. I'm an omnivorous Gnostic philosopher. And you could search that up. That's a whole detail on its own. But I read the Bible for when it was written in Hebrew and Greek.
You know, I'm strategic, and numbers and fast-paced words aren't my thing. So what the fuck is that? Layman's terms, please.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to simplify it as the best way that I can. Yes. Omnivorous, meaning that I take information from all sides, from every which angle that I can find it. I take information from everywhere. That's basically omnivorous. Kind of like being an omnivore, you eat everything. Okay. Gnostic, meaning knowing, and it doesn't mean that I know. It just means that I try to know, and what I'm hunting for is the truth, no matter if it hurts me or not. I don't try to twist it. I don't try to bend it in my favor. I try to find what's actually going on. And philosopher.
Okay.
Well,
that's
you know,
yeah, no. So that's why we get along, because we always look at both sides, regardless of the good or bad of it.
Yes.
And that's why, like, when something happens, if you fuck up, you admit it and you say what happened and what you did wrong on both sides. Wow.
I'm never wrong.
Bitch.
But knowing what's in the Bible, if you look into reading it from when they meant it at the time when it was written, it's going to be a lot closer to the truth. Like reading it in Hebrew or reading it in Greek. No, you don't have to know Hebrew or Greek to understand. But anybody that has a PC out there, they can download this program called eSword, E-Sword. And if you get on there, you can hover over each individual word on there, and it'll show you. It has Strong's Concordance, and it'll show you what it meant at the time that it was written, and various things that it was meaning. So, just as an example, are you okay, Final?
I'm reading what Red said, but continue.
Son of a bitch. Anyways, yeah. No, so reading it in the original, like when it was written, for an example, I'll just say the simple word faith. Okay.
Okay.
After looking up the word faith in different parts of the Bible could mean different things. However, the majority of the Bible will show you that the word faith means moral conviction. It doesn't mean blind belief. It means moral conviction. You have morals, and you need to stay convicted to those morals. Okay. So that is just one out of many, 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 many words out there. Like the word bow actually means a simple cloth, which has nothing to do with a bow. You know, these are simple things, and reading that in the original context changes the entire Bible and the understanding of the
There's
Bible.
Also something you told me, that every new rendition of the Bible has to be changed by a 10% for it to be able to be published. So if you don't go back to the original text, it's not the same as the original writings. You're getting interpretations of whoever wrote that version.
Yes. Basically, what people are doing over time is reinterpreting what the last person wrote, or changing it by 10% because they want to make a quick buck, which ultimately is screwing up our understanding of what's in the Bible.
It's just like the whole I tell you something, you tell the next person something. By the time it gets to the 20th person down, it's like I originally tell you you like salt, while at the end the guy's like, oh, he likes nuts.
Yeah.
So
the meaning of everything just keeps changing over and over and over. So I understand the Bible a lot different than everybody, basically, because I feel alone in this, because me and one or two other people read it like the way that I read it, that I personally know. And we've been reading it like this for a very long time, ever since I was 14 years old. So no, I'm not one of those holy, holy, holy kind of people. Like I can't do that. But no, I don't think there's any magic in the Bible. As a matter of fact, I've been able to explain everything in the Bible with physics. Anything that's happened in the Bible with physics, or some sort of science. Just like when they were talking about sorcerers in the Bible or anything in the ancient days, sorcery just meant advanced science. And witches back then, not in the biblical days, but witches just meant somebody that was trying to uncover what the Bible was writing about. And that's why they had one of those major witch hunts anyways. So what I wanted to explain is that there's a lot of science and physics to the Bible that we're not understanding, that's been covered up for so long because we can't read it anymore. What you're reading right now is it's a book. It's a fictional book. It's and I hate to say it bluntly like that, but it's very fictional the way that it's written now.
Like, personally, I've never read the Bible. I've never been into those kind of things. Like, it's just never caught my attention to be able to be like, oh, this is the main belief. Because, like, I am, like, also a man of science. There was one question I always asked that no one can answer still, like, to this day, besides it just being randomly created, is what created the space between you and I? Like, what holds all of the solar system and the universe? Like, no one can actually answer that one. No book, no nothing can actually answer what created space itself.
In the original writings, and this is just my take on this, from what I understand, the Genesis and Genesis. What?
Hey, say that's the easy answer. Gerbil with a gyroscope.
And Minion of Zed, yes, that's correct. Sorcery does come from the work of Pharmacia, or that's how I always said it, Pharmacia. You're saying Pharmakia? I've never seen it spelled like that, but maybe that's the right spelling. But as far back as I saw that at was the 1400s as Pharmacia. And that word was originally changed from something else too. So we just have to keep going back. So I don't even know the original meaning of sorcery, but as far back as I can tell, farther back you go, you can see that it's somebody who's trying to uncover something scientifically.
What doesn't matter? Oh, exactly. It doesn't matter, but it was just something that I was talking to someone who was very Catholic, very religious, and I was saying, well, explain this. Oh, he did this. I'm like, but it was there before he was there. So explain it.
Oh, me? No. Okay, here's how I
was responding to saying real quick. Well, you can explain it, but just point being, like, it's one of those. It's very intriguing that, like, when people get stumped with a question of science, when they're very religious, they don't know how to react really because they don't have the answers.
Yeah, and neither do I.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you listening to me? Stop it. Yeah.
Stop listening to you.
Yeah,
This is intriguing, though. This is intriguing, though. So, like, what else is very interesting is the fact that there was one thing that you put together, and after you said it, it made a lot of sense, and a lot of people are going back in the times of, like, what is it, the Mayan temples, the pyramids, and there was another set of, like, temples in what, South America or South Africa?
You mean pyramids?
Maybe it was a set of different pyramids, but it was all on, you pointed out they're all on the equator, right?
Well, not quite the equator. It is, they lie on specific lines. If I had my source, I'd be able to show. There is a longitudinal line that they all lie on. And it's not a straight line, it's a curved line. And that's what, I mean, these longitudinal lines do anyways. They curve because the Earth is round. Yeah. Okay, but they all curve and they all land on those lines, all these major pyramids of those times. Mayans, Egyptians,
but like what I was just
getting shops.
Bass Pro Shops. Yes, ley lines. Okay, ley lines.
Yeah, but what, there we go.
Yeah. What I was getting to is not the fact that they like that is an interesting fact too about that is that they all lay on like lines that are like correlating, but the fact of each one of those cultures back then showed signs of advanced science. And they were separate from each other, but yet they showed like pictures of electricity, people flying in the sky. There's actually little toys of planes, which is very interesting considering like that wasn't a thing back then. I mean,
yeah. Okay. So one of the things is like if I believed 100% into the Bible now, like everybody's teaching me, then that means that boats would not have been able to sail from one continent to another, but yet they did, because there's obvious connections between them all. As a matter of fact, there's a story of Noah's Ark all over the world. The only differences within the story of Noah's Ark is the name of Noah, what he put on the ark, and the size of the boat. And those are only differences. The entire rest of the story is identical. They used to call this the Great Deluge, the Great Flood. And everybody experienced it all around the world. And they did interact with each other between continents even at that time. Now, as far as I see prior to the flood that it was a time like today. modern, advanced information age, and we were able to share information like we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
But after the flood, we lost everything. I mean, thinking about it, we just randomly gained some knowledge that doesn't make sense. We just skipped a bunch of knowledges and just ended up with one knowledge, like somebody happened to know that particular knowledge along the line. But before the flood is a day like today, and after the flood was a day like a desolate area that we had to rebuild all over
Yeah.
again.
Just
Um,
like a nuclear apocalypse or like, yeah, exactly, like stuff like
yeah.
that. Now, I actually had a very interesting thing that popped in my head because it's kind of conspiracy theories in a sense, but then not. How about, because Sang showed it to me, and it was that fact of like, do you think that fire in the ocean is a new distraction from COVID, so the government and the media stops talking about COVID as much?
I don't think that it has anything to do with COVID. I have a personal theory on that because like everybody has a theory. I
Yeah.
mean, we're all theoretical idiots. However, I have a personal theory that what they're doing little by little by little is they're trying to confuse us all about what's in the Bible anyways, because what's going to happen is what I see, and yet I am not Christian, but what I see is that the end times are coming. However, they're trying to confuse us with things like fire coming out of the ocean as one of the parts of the Bible that's saying it's going to happen, and it's not. And I think they're simply trying to little by little confuse us into thinking that that was part of it, and it had nothing to do with that. Wait, did I make any sense just now?
Yes, you did. You did.
Okay.
Mystery Pop Tart, like the bodies and the stuff back then, everything would have been eaten and then buried because the animals and whatever was around, like the fish, the bodies would have just been deteriorated if not eaten. And then like it would be on land, but since there was so much water, it would just all the stuff. Have you ever just put water and like dirt inside and it just mixes up? And say like,
Wait,
there, like question: have you? I haven't ever had an answer for if there was a flood. Where did all the dead bodies end up? At the bottom of the ocean?
Well, how many dead whales have you ever found?
Exactly.
There's a lot of areas on this planet, even where I'm sitting, that whales would have died at because this was all covered in ocean in the United States and a lot of Canada. And this is all water. There was right below us. Yes,
Yep.
there's shells. As a matter of fact, I went to Kentucky and I found in the mountains of Kentucky that there were shells, seashells. And there was a lot of hardened shells and crayfish and all that was right there. However, I don't see any whales. I don't see any major
Nope.
big bone fish. I don't see any humans there, but we haven't dug them up, and not all of them are going to be perfectly preserved. Some of these things are perfectly preserved, and we have found a lot of them. As a matter of fact, the oldest body that we had ever found in the history of man was in it was South Mexico. And that was a almost 2 million year old skeletal remains. 2 million years old. We were here for 2 million years, but it's not Homo sapiens sapiens. Granted, but it was a Homo erectus. It was something like us, big walking creature like us that basically evolved into us. But that was early human, and it was 2 million years ago. So not all these bodies are gone. It's just hard to find
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
It's like there's not a trillion dinosaurs
Have you ever
that we.
lost something in the rain in your backyard, where like an earring, and you have no you traced your path of where you went, but you just can't find it? It's the same kind of concept because it's raining, everything gets mushed around, and it's like pushed away. So just imagine that on like in the ocean, and you won't be able to find that. It would be very rare if you did, unless you got right tools or like you know where to look and exactly what you're looking for, and with the right tools. But yeah, that's the best way. Like, I think we both can answer that question about the bodies and everything like being scattered about.
And as far as the flood was a result of an advanced technology gone wrong, I'm going to have to disagree with that. From my studies, as far as I can see, from all the gods across all the world, they all said the same thing. Oh, shit's coming, and we can't really do shit about it. So our
Mm-hmm.
discussion is whether we should tell the humans. And at some point, some of the gods told some of the humans. And that's as far as I can read. And as far as geologically, yes, the flood did happen. I went across the United States. That's as far as I can go. And I found that no matter where I went, that same layer of that flood was everywhere. It was all across. It happened everywhere. So it definitely did happen, and all we could do is go by the stories about what had happened. But we can only go by the stories of what originally was written, not what we have written now.
Yeah, it's one of those like we won't know unless someone from the past has actually documented all of it, say like an advanced life form that is on another planet that could prove that they were here. Which
Uh,
that's a whole different topic, and we could keep going for that for like hours.
yeah, I think honestly, I think it
Yeah,
was just a frozen meteor that hit and landed in the Gulf of Mexico. That's what created the Gulf of Mexico originally, and that meteor basically flooded the entire Earth. Not like I mean, like yeah, you thinking gods can do anything? No, they can't. They're a lot like us.
yeah.
They're just a lot more technologically advanced.
Wasn't it
But
one of those where society? One of the theories is, which I could believe this one, that society was very Neanderthal. I think that's the right word. Very not not intelligent or science advanced, but then aliens or another life form came down and showed everyone every like advanced science tree, and then ended up turning into gods because of that.
actually, I'd like to say that was true, but I found evidence otherwise. I found
Really?
evidence that we have been changed and manipulated.
Hmm.
Our second strand of DNA has been cut, spliced, turned upside down, and fused back together, which cannot happen in nature. And this goes all the way back to as far back as we can see the earliest humans. Now, the evolutionists are trying to find this mystery monkey in between monkey and human, right? Or ape and human, rather. And they're trying to find this mystery guy, but they're not going to find it because that was the time where they changed the DNA. However, we're not the only ones that were changed. As a matter of fact, sheep, chickens, cows, horses, all of these non-aggressive creatures were changed. And yes, you might think that yes, humans are aggressive. We're really not. Yeah, we're a little territorial, but we have this aggressive gene completely taken out of us. We don't have the aggression of I'm going to rip you to pieces with an axe because you came near me. We don't have that. And neither do cows, chickens, sheep,
Hmm.
horses, anything like that. They all have that gene taken out of them. And they were all changed at the same time. So I'd like to say that we evolved, but we didn't. The only ones that I saw that actually evolved was the gods. They evolved. They were far superior than us. When they said they created us, it didn't ever actually say they created us. It said that they changed us and created us from. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, we're actually running out of time here. We're getting really close. Is there anyone who wants to ask a question really quick, or do you have a specific topic you want to like really touch on upon really quickly, or go in depth just slightly?
anybody wanna? The Sumerian word for gods was those who came from the heavens. Yeah, and that's correct. The Sumerian words for gods were Anunnaki. As a matter of fact, they were, and I just recently found this out, mentioned in our Mesopotamian Bible, the ones that everybody else reads here. They were mentioned in our Bible as the Anunnaki. And when you go into depth on that, it is the Anunnaki that they were talking about, two separate types of gods. So they were, I'm not exactly if they were different or if they were just two clans of peoples. But God in our Mesopotamia Bible was Elohim, which is a plural word. God, Elohim, plural. So it means the people of. And yes, that's correct. Whoever that is nailing it. Minion of Zed, the Sumerian word for gods, was those who came from the heavens. Yeah, you are 100% correct. I don't know who you are, but you're nailing it today. Like everything that you've said was correct, which is surprising. Wow.
Knows their shit.
Yeah, apparently.
You seem a little shocked.
Yeah, no, I was genuinely confused. I was like, I normally don't have the conversation like that with anybody. There's only one person on this planet that I can have that kind of conversation with, that knows that much in-depth detail about that. And that's somebody that I personally know. I don't think that this particular subject is for our group here. Everybody seems kind of confused.
Not really. They're asking questions and understanding. Like it's one of those. It's one of those things you have to have an open mind. You have to sit there and listen and understand both sides, and don't take things as in take it as a whole, not as like I'm going to just listen to this. It's like, no, we're just discussing what we think and how we feel and what our whole like ideas is, because we really don't have hard evidence of anything, because we can't go back in time to actually see this. Can we get like a Back to Future and do that?
Actually, no, there is a way to find it. We have to read, and I know this is going to be hard for anybody who really does want to know the full truth. You have to read all of the different Bibles in their original languages to understand what they all meant and what they were all talking about. And not just the one, all of them, because they all differ in many different ways, but they are all connected. And that's what people don't understand. They say, no, this is my Bible, it's a true Bible. No, they're all a true Bible. However, the one you're reading is not correct. It's an English is dumb category of it. And they've changed it so much that you have no idea what's going on in the Bible. You think it's this guy that's magically going to come down and save us all. Well, we don't know where we're going either.
No, we don't know, and the only people who can save us all right now is ourselves at the moment. But
well, keep in mind what it does say in the Bible: God's people die from lack of knowledge.
That is true. That is true. On that note, that's a very nice segue to end the show today, and
brings us to our sponsor.
All right, Linus. Dude, he is so good. On that segue, we're going to talk about the sponsor that I personally don't have, but I would like to have. I don't know, Respawn. I'm going to go play some Apex after this and shoot some people up, and I don't care about this hacker that wanted this game to come back. But on that note, we're going to actually bring this stream to someone called Pharrell, the DJ. He's actually a really cool dude, funny, and he's playing some Call of Duty. Go in there, freaking get your hype emotes ready, say penis wrinkles, and ask him a question. That way he knows where it's from, and it's just kind of my thing. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I did. This was goofy, fun, informational. English. Hey, didn't I say English was not my thing, but somehow
it's okay, guys, I got this. I'll put them down for you. Okay.
On that note, we'll catch you all later. Have a good night, and bye-bye.